Hi dear students, welcome to first year English class. For the last 6 classes, I have been explaining tenses. So far, 6 classes have been completed, except introduction classes of tenses. For introduction, I taught you 2 classes, and tenses, so far 6 classes, altogether 8 classes. This is a 9th class for tenses. See, because you know that the number of classes, you may think that because tenses is a very big topic. If you get the idea on tenses completely, and the remaining grammar is very easy. So that's why I continue until you get that the specific idea on each tenses. Okay. So among them, the remaining part is future tense. Future tense. Okay, right. Let us discuss the future tense. Future tense. So in this future tense, there are 4, as you know: simple future or future simple, future progressive, future perfect, future perfect continuous. So among them, 4th one is not necessary, and the remaining 3, let us discuss one by one. So in it, first one is simple future. Simple future tense. Simple future tense. So before going to this simple future tense, once it is better to remind what is a simple present tense and what is simple past tense. Did you remember the structures? I think you remember. Simple future structure: subject, V1, sometimes yes or yes, sometimes no yes or yes, not yes or yes, and object. When you come to simple past tense, subject, V2, object. Now this is simple future. Structure of simple future tense. Subject, will or shall. Will or shall plus V1 plus object. So here will or shall, whatever it is, both are right here. Then expand this structure as you know, model verb, example verb. That's I am writing here may go like go. For clarity, from the beginning, we use this verb only, go. Okay. Then here, let me write subjects, all subjects. I mean pronouns in subject place. I, P, you, he, she, it, they. Noun singular and plural. I will, these are the first person, you second person, he, she, it, they third person. And noun singular and plural. Do you know why I wrote these pronouns like this? Because there is no classification. After all subjects here, will or shall, whatever it is, accepted. Okay. Will or shall. Here V1 only. What is given in bracket? The only word, that verb is used here. What is here? Go. That's all. This is structure, very simple. I will go. We will go. He will go. She will go. It will go. They will go. Otherwise, instead of will, here shall is also accepted. So this is the structure. Next step is keywords. As you know, keywords are simple future tense. Okay. Tomorrow, the next day. What is that? The next day, next week, next month, next year, or any future year. Any future year. Any future year like 2021, 2022, etc. See, listen here, keywords: tomorrow, the next day, next week, next month, next year, any future year like 2021, 2022, whatever it is. So this is the structure and keywords of simple future tense. The next step is rule. See, before going to rule, what about the perfect time usage of simple present tense? That is, simple present tense is used for an action that we can do. It may or may not be. So that is, it is called imperfect simple future or present indefinite. Likewise, when you come to simple past, it is used for past actions. Likewise, here simple future is used. It is used for future actions. The action that expresses okay, it expresses what it means here. Simple future, it expresses an action that takes place in future. See the rule clear? It expresses an action that takes place in future. Here future, what is the time? Tomorrow, the next day, next week, next year, next month, any future year. These are all indicating future action that takes place. Okay, example. Let us see the example. Example here. 1. I dash you this is a simple question here. Sentence, I meet you tomorrow. As you know, the 4 steps to identify the answer. First keyword. What is keyword here? Tomorrow. If tomorrow is there, without any extra time is mentioning in the sentence, that belongs to simple future. What is subject here? I. Here, no need to specifically not focus is on the subject, because whatever the subject, V1 along with V1, before week 1, verb 1, will or shall is used. So here, I will meet. I will meet you tomorrow. That's all. I will meet you tomorrow. They go to America next year for their future study. For their higher studies. Higher studies. Verb here, go. They go to America next year for their higher studies. What is the keyword here? Next year is the keyword. Okay. What is the subject? They. Verb, go. So they will go. They will go to America next year for their higher studies. We dash meeting next week in Mumbai. Attend. What is the verb here? We for a meeting next week in Mumbai. What is the subject? Next week. Keyword, what is next week? Subject we, verb attend. So we will attend. For a meeting next week in Mumbai. This is simple future tense. Okay. Let me write one more sentence here. This is fourth sentence. The book next year in bracket publish. The book published next year. Very simple sentence, but there something a twist is there in the sentence. You know what is keyword first of all? Next year. Okay. Subject the book. Publish is the verb. Only 3 words: subject, keyword, verb is given. What is answer? If you think generally, of course, because this is simple future tense. If you think plain, if you follow the plain thinking, so without observing the subject, you may write an answer, the book will publish. The book will publish. Is it right answer? No, that's wrong. Because in this case, you need to observe very clearly what kind of subject, what kind of word is used in the place of subject. The book. That is actually subject, but according to the sense of the sentence, something happened to the subject. Something happened to the subject. That is in passive sense. Simple future tense, sentence given in passive sense. So here the answer is will be. Will be. What is published here? V1. V3 published. Published. Okay. The book will be published next year. This is the correct answer. Don't write the book will publish. Okay. So this is simple future tense. Next, future progressive. Future progressive. Future progressive. Future progressive. First of all, structure. Subject, as you know, will or shall, be, V1, ing plus object. Will or subject, will or shall be V1 ing plus object. Let us expand the structure as usual. Neighbor, go, I, we, you, he, she, it, they, subject, noun, singular or plural. Here, will or shall be and going. See, according to the structure, subject here, I, we, you, he, she, it, they, noun singular or plural, will or shall, be, this is be, V1, go, and which is, what is added? Ing, going. So, I will be going, we will be going, you will be going, he will be going, she will be going, it will be going, they will be going. This is the structure of future progressive tense. Okay. Then let me write keywords here. What are the keywords of future progressive? At this time tomorrow. At this time tomorrow. By this time next week. Next week. By this time next year. Next year. Most probably in this sentence, at this time tomorrow, at this time next week, at this time next year, this kind of words are used. Actually, by used in perfect, but sometimes by is also used in future progressive. Then rule. Let me write rule. Say, observe this once. At this time tomorrow, by this time next week, by this time next year, like that. Rule. It is used for an action. It is used for an action that will be going on or continuing in certain time in future. Certain time in future. It is used for an action that will be going on in certain time in future. Going on in certain time in future. See, suppose tomorrow by this time or by this time tomorrow. At this time tomorrow, we will be going to college. Yet a specific time is mentioned here, by this time or at this time tomorrow. రేపు ఈ టైంకి నేను కాలేజీకి వెళ్తూ ఉంటాను. At a certain time in future, the action will be going on. That will be going on at certain time in future. At certain time in future, this action is used. This tense is used. So example, the students to college at this time next week. At this time next week. Go is the key verb. The students go to college at this time next week. What is keyword? At this time. At this time. So at this time, tomorrow the action will be going on. What is subject? These students. Verb go. So whether it is singular or plural subject, will or shall, and then V1 go, and ing going. This is the students will be going to college at this time next week, right? The students will be going to college at this time next week. Second statement, second sentence. At this time next year, at this time next year, we write public exams. So next year, this time the action will be going on. So what is the subject keyword? At this time next year, coming year. Subject is we, verb write. So we will be writing public exams. At this time next year, we will be writing public exams. Okay. Next sentence. They cricket at this time by this time tomorrow. Play, verb is here, play. They play cricket by this time tomorrow. As usual, keyword here by this time tomorrow. Verb is play, subject is they. So they will be playing cricket by this time tomorrow. This is future progressive. See, not only listening the classes, you have to write the notes. Specifically, I am not sending the notes. Just listen, write down these notes. Okay. And after writing, please send me the pics through WhatsApp to my number. And also, you try to understand. After listening, you may have some doubts. If you have doubts, please ask me in the class, because we are coming to classes now, regular classes. Then ask me in the class. Okay. In future tense, there's only one remaining, future perfect tense, that will be discussed in next class, and also remaining part. In next class we will discuss. Thank you for listening.